There was a guy that used to work out in the gym, and he had a phenomenal build, and he only ever did 4 or 5 exercises. And I recall having this conversation with him, and he said it was just time efficient. They were big compound movements, and he wasn't into coming into the gym and doing all this accessory stuff. So I just wanted to run through my 5 exercises that I would choose if I was to only do 5 exercises for the rest of my life. Pull up, a bench press, a squat, a deadlift, and probably a clean. Now, they're pretty big exercises. Some controversy around them, I suppose, because they're not all easy exercises to complete. And if you haven't had good technical training in especially the clean, the most difficult one, but then I'd say the deadlift and then the squat, then they're going to be fairly difficult exercises to do. What would I substitute those 5 exercises for? And basically what I came up with was the pull-up. I would do an Australian pull-up, which is basically underneath a Smith machine. I don't even know where the term the Australian pull-up came from. I didn't make it up, although I'm Australian. Either using dip rings or gymnastic rings, a Smith machine, or even just handles. The bench press, I would substitute with a push-up, and obviously with push-ups there's many variations of those. Feet up on a bench. I'm currently doing most of my push-ups on yoga blocks to get a bit more depth, so there's lots of variations there. The squat, I would substitute with the reverse lunge. Now, I love reverse lunges, and I've found myself doing them more and more. I used to always forward lunge, and I do find now they make my knees a little bit sore. The reverse lunge, I find, just blows up my glutes and somewhat gets my hamstrings. I squatted last week for the first time in some time, and that really attacked my quads, but I don't get anywhere near the glute workout I get when I do reverse lunges. The deadlift, I would still continue to do deadlifts, but just using bands. I've recently developed my own band attachment called a carbon bar. It's carbon fiber. It's a loop of band on that, and I can still do a deadlift. But you can still just stand on a band, and depending on how strong you are, you can stand on any level of band and just put your hands through the ends of the bands and then still do a deadlift. The benefit with that is that you're getting all the resistance at the top of the deadlift, and the most difficult part of a deadlift for most people is to pull off the ground, and that's the most technical position to get into, and where most people will probably struggle with some sort of back injury as well. So using bands is quite good. You've got a bit of slack at the bottom, and as you start to stand up, they start to create more tension because the band's starting to stretch. The clean, well, that's a really complex exercise, and I've spent a lot of time trying to teach myself that exercise. I have had a coach help one of my athletes. The one thing I love about cleans is that it's such a power exercise. So you're getting a full body workout, and you're also getting that HIIT style workout where it's quite cardio related. And I was thinking, what would I actually substitute that for to get the cardio aspect out of it, and the legs and the upper body? And the exercise I came up with was thrusters. Now, you can do thrusters. I tend to do them. I've got a weighted backpack. It's about 40 pounds. I tend to use my backpack. You can obviously do them with dumbbells, and you can probably even do them with a band, a lighter weight band that's on a bit of tension, when you're in that squat position, then pushing up. So, yeah, they're my 5 exercises. My top 5 exercises, if I had access to equipment, would be a pull-up, a squat, a deadlift, a bench press, and a power clean. And then those substitutes for those exercises would be an Australian pull-up, a push-up, a reverse lunge, thrusters, and deadlifts with bands. So basically, it would just give you a whole body workout, 5 really great exercises that you can technically do anywhere. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to put out a few more. If you have any questions or want some really simple training techniques, I'm trying to actually build a database of just really simple, practical training advice and health advice.